The Dark Knight battles his greatest threats yet, cold-hearted Mr. Freeze, venomous Poison Ivy, and the unstoppable brute known only as Bane. Batman finds himself at odds with his crime-fighting comrade Robin, no longer satisfied with his role as a sidekick. As Mr. Freeze threatens to unleash a new ice age upon the citizens of Gotham City, the dynamic duo, now joined by the heroic newcomer Batgirl, must learn to work as a team before Gotham City is put on ice. What's going on, guys? Multiverse here with yet another action figure review video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Batgirl from Batman and Robin by McFarlane Toys. Starting off this video, guys, we're of course taking a look at the McFarlane packaging. It is of course that traditional black, white, and blue, but being this is Batman and Robin, and she does of course have the red going down the side, which I do still think is absolutely beautiful. The open face window front and center, seeing Batgirl looking absolutely amazing with DC Multiverse and her name at the bottom. Flipping over to the side, guys, we of course see Batgirl from Batman and Robin. Over here on the back, guys, is of course that traditional look of the Build-A-Figure pieces with Arnold Schwarzenegger's face right here. This is the number one with the shoulder and headpiece and the gun, as well as the rest of the figures trading cards down at the bottom as well. Flipping over to the side, guys, not really much going on other than the DC Multiverse and Batgirl's name again. Nothing at all other than the movie logo at the top, and then down here at the bottom is the barcode for you barcode guys. Well, so the guys, let's go ahead and rip Batgirl out of her packaging and see how she looks. So right here, guys, is Batgirl standing straight up and down on the rotating turntable, and for my first hand impression on this figure, I think she does look amazing. This has to be one of my all-time favorite bat suits for Batgirl. I just love the black on black look. I think it is phenomenal. However, I will say I do wish they would have added the comic Batgirl bat ears coming out of her hair, and I feel like that would have made this just 100% perfection. However, I will say in figure form, she's a little because it is just all straight black plastic. Me personally, for this, I would have preferred the ice battle suit that she had, where it's like the silver bat logo on her chest and on her gauntlets and her boots. I feel like that would have made her stand out even more. However, you can't really beat the classic, and that's just me being biased. Like I said, guys, I grew up watching this movie with my dad, with my brother, and it was just an overall good time. Precious memories can never be replaced. So this right here is definitely going to be a little biased on how I feel on the suit. However, the figure itself looks pretty darn good. With all that said, guys, let's go ahead and take Batgirl off of the rotating turntable and take a closer look at the accessories that she came with. When it comes to the accessories, guys, Batgirl doesn't really come with anything. She does, of course, come with the standard DC McFarlane stand with the DC logo stamped right there on the front. She does, of course, come with her own trading card with this Alicia Silverstone, I think her name is. Lord, her name's right there. And this is just her headshot from the movie poster. Flipping over to the back, guys, is, of course, the read-up. If you want to pause the screen and read it right now. Always give you guys that little bit of a second, although I never really noticed that her name was Barbara Wilson. I know in this movie she was Alfred's niece, however, I never knew her last name was Wilson. So you learn something new every day. And she does, of course, come with the Build-A-Figure piece for Mr. Freeze, and we will definitely be taking a deeper dive into each one of these items in his own video. With all that said, guys, let's go ahead and get these accessories out of here and take a closer look at the detail. In terms of the detail, guys, starting off with the head sculpt, I think they did a pretty daggum good job making her look like the actress. I still can't think of her name. I probably should have Googled it by now, but Alicia Silverstone. That's just what I'm calling her right now. I could be way off, but you know, the name's on the screen. But I do think they did a pretty good job at capturing her likeness. I will say her hair on the camera is like an actual like blonde color. However, in person, this is just yellow. So on camera, it really pops as a blonde. So I actually prefer how it looks on screen compared to how it looks with the naked eye. But that's just one of the small gripes from me. But the face alone looks amazing. The lipstick, the eye mask, they all look great and they were beautifully painted. There is no really paint mistake that I see going on anywhere. And they even got her little beauty mark on her cheek right there. Maybe that's a paint mistake, but I don't know. That could just be her little beauty mark going on there. Going down here now, guys, looking at the torso. I absolutely love this bat suit. I was never really a big fan, like, I don't know, like with the CW as well, doing like the all leather look. However, I do think it looks better compared to George Clooney's suit and like Val Kilmer's suit. How it was like that rubber material that they had going on. I feel like if they would have put them all in like the black leather, it would have looked better. However, I do think that this is one of my favorite Batgirl suits. I even love how her little spikes on the side just stick out and they are present. They are there and they are a hard plastic as well. So you don't even have to worry about warping those over time. And I wouldn't even really call them a hard plastic though, because you can actually bend them. So maybe get a little warpage in there, but you know, you're not going to snap them off. However, this is definitely one of my all-time favorite designs for Batgirl. And I even love the skinny little bat logo they have going on here. Not really sure what was going on in their idea with her breast. However, because it's literally just like a corset where it cuts off here, but then they just added more leather here. So I don't know why they felt the need to add that detail. Not 100% what was going on through Joel Schumacher's head when he was building this. However, I'll just leave it alone. It still is one of my favorite Batgirl suits. Going down here now, guys, looking at the boots. I do love how they are the thigh-high boots. And I love that these are the actual, like, design. They have the little bat logo within, or the half bat logo, whatever you want to call it, on the top portion here. But the boots are definitely the 90s go-go boots. But they do still just work for what this suit is. And then flipping over to the back, guys, looking at the cape. The cape is beautifully detailed. I love the ripples going all the way throughout it. And I do love how it is a shorter cape on her compared to like how Batman has his dragging on the ground behind him. It just makes sense for Batgirl to have that shorter cape. With all that said though, guys, let's go ahead and move away from the detail and take a closer look at Batgirl's size, her articulation, and get into some size comparison. When it comes to how tall this Batgirl stands, guys, this Batgirl does stand, looks like it's 6 3/4 tall. So she's just below the 7 inches mark. However, if you just wanted to round up, she's still 7 inches tall. Let's go ahead and take her off of her display stand here and check out that articulation. Starting off with the head, guys, in terms of her looking up, her hair is in the way, so she only looks up about that far and looks down about that far. She is, of course, on a ball joint, so she does rotate all the way around and gets very little head tilt, once again, thanks to her long golden locks here. When it comes to her ab crunch, guys, she can crunch forward, and she is a limbo master. But don't worry, guys, I didn't forget about the arms. She goes out about that far, has a bicep swivel, rotates all the way around, just like so, and she does have double hinged elbows. As for her wrist, they do articulate up and down, and they do rotate all the way around. And let's go ahead and take a look at her waist swivel. It does exist. It is there. She does have a massive McFarlane diapers, but she does get some good leg mobility. Her legs go out about that far, and they go back about that far, exposing double McFarlane crotch gaps here. She can, of course, hit the splits, though. And when it comes to her knees, she has double jointed knees. And as for her ankles, they do articulate down, they articulate up. She has toe articulation, and she does, of course, come with that beautiful go-go ankle pivot. Starting off with the size comparison, guys, here we have Batgirl standing next to Robin from Batman and Robin, and I do absolutely think that the scale here is perfect. Like she told Lady Freeze when she pulled her plug, this is a one-woman show, except for this part, because we need to see how they scale. And as you can see, Poison Ivy stands taller than Batgirl, but it does still work. And you guys already know I just had to see the size comparison with the 89 Michael Keaton Batman next to this Batgirl. And I do still think the suits go together and it does scale together beautifully. And last but not least, guys, here we have the Marvel Legends Captain America. And as always, Marvel Legends simply does not work with McFarlane Toys. Alrighty guys, and there you have it. Another action figure review video in the books on my channel for you guys to enjoy. When it comes to my final review on this Batman and Robin Batgirl, I'm going to have to give her a solid 8 out of 10. I absolutely love this figure and I think it does look phenomenal. McFarlane, listen carefully. Whatever you're doing right now with the female figures, keep that up. Do not backtrack in any way. They can actually stand up on their own now. So it is getting better and better. And the proportions are looking closer than ever than compared to what we've seen in the past. I really would have loved to give her a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, but it's the same thing as like with the Poison Ivy and the Robin. It just needs the accessories. There's an entire suit up scene in the beginning and in the middle of the film of them grabbing their gadgets. And for us not to have a single one, not a Batarang, not a grapnel gun, not even a gosh darn bat bomb, it's a missed opportunity all around. With all that said though guys, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. We try to post at least 2 videos a week for you guys to enjoy. With all that said though guys, I'm getting out of here and I will see you in the next video.